I took my first trip to Sam's Club and it was surprisingly disappointing, but I still didn't leave empty-handed. I have enough to feed the 5,000. My daughter also started kindergarten and then she broke her arm, so there were a few expenses related to those too. All in all though, I think I am finally kicking this consumerist habit. Let's go! In case you missed the memo, I am trying to live a more minimalist lifestyle and, truth be told, failing. One of my New Year's resolutions for this year was to track my spending, and I thought that by listing my purchases and sharing them, it would just help to hold me a little bit more accountable. Except it hasn't, really. I have to say though, a lot of you actually did call me out on this, and that made me stop and think long and hard about what I'm doing, and because of that, I actually spent a lot less this month than usual. As always, I'm not including regular living expenses or insurance or anything like that, or medical expenses, which will have me in the poorhouse. And this is what I spent over and above the standard cost of living and the insane US healthcare system. Everything is linked in the description box below. First was lunch boxes for Scout. I really like the bento style boxes just because it's much easier to divide things out. So I got these on Amazon. These are glass. Yes, they are a little bit heavy, but so much better for the environment, and I can pop them in the oven, the dishwasher, the freezer, etc. I bought 5, one for each weekday, because I had visions of me prepping all her lunches for the week on a Sunday. But I've just been making them every morning, so I've actually only used 2 so far. But it was $30 for 5 of them. I also bought these super cute little boxes. These ones, unfortunately, are plastic. I put tiny little treats in them just to encourage her to eat all her lunch. And these cost almost $6, which I know is quite expensive, but I thought they were cute. Another back to school expense was shoes. Children go through shoes at an alarming rate. I bought her 3 new pairs in Target. Those cost $42, including tax. Next was 3 digital purchases. The first was $60 I spent on a VPN service. Living here in the States means that I can't access the one TV show that I actually watch, which is an English soap opera. So I pay $60 annually for that privilege. I also paid $95 to my website hosting company just to upgrade my service with them. I think that covers me though until sometime May, possibly in 2020, so not too bad. And I paid $1.99 for a book. It is Clean My Space. I subscribed to them on YouTube, years ago, and I borrowed the book actually recently from the library. Then when I saw that it was reduced on Kindle, I bought it. Number 1, because I thought it was a really good reference book, but number 2, just to show a little bit of support for fellow creators who I look up to. Next, I spent about $60 on gifts for birthdays and thank yous and such like. I can't actually show you them because I've already given them away, or because I don't want to ruin the surprise for someone. But this is where I really excelled, because I went into Michael's to get some of those gifts, and despite the fact that they were having a massive sale and all of their planners were 60% off, I still walked out with only the gifts that I went in to buy. I'm grown. I also spent $82 to renew my P.O. box for another year. Thank you so much for all of the lovely things you send to me. So sweet. Next up was Dollar Tree. I go there regularly because I have recently become addicted to a certain pack of sweets they sell there, but they don't seem to stock them all that often, so I check back every week, and as soon as I spot them, I buy every single packet they have. Unfortunately, they haven't had them in stock for the past few weeks, so I'm starting to become slightly concerned that they've discontinued them. Anyway, I spent about $10 there on various bits and bobs. The first was an A4 folder because I want to start a home management binder. I talked about that in my 19 before 19 challenge. I will link it. Some batteries, because, you know, it's handy. Some snacks were the tubs that I keep outside for delivery people, and I also bought 2 ice packs so that I could try and keep the drinks cool. And 2 packs of pens, just to try them out, see what they're like. I really like the Muji gel pens, but they don't last very long, so that could quickly become a very expensive habit. So I am trying to find a decent, cheap alternative. Oh, and index cards. Hundreds of index cards. Big plans are afoot. Next up was Kroger. So I bought 2 new bottles for Scout for school. The old ones were looking a little worse for wear, so I had no problem replacing them. They were buy one get one free, so I think it was $8 for 2 of them. They also had Sharpie markers on clearance for $1.50 and these pencils. I saw on her school list for next year that she is going to need this particular brand of pencil. Why? I have no idea, but it cost me $1.50 to get a head start on next year's school supply list. On a related topic, does nobody sell sharpened pencils anymore? What is up with that? I have just barely got rid of the blisters from sharpening the last pack. Next, I picked up this smoothie maker. I've been meaning to get one of these for a while. I had one in Ireland, but I had to leave it behind because America likes to be different and work on a completely different electrical system. Anyway, I spotted this. It was on clearance for $17.50, so I thought I would give it a shot. Haven't actually used it yet, but great intentions, folks. Great intentions. Okay, Sam's Club. It is basically just the warehouse part of IKEA, which is the worst part, with more food and less Swedish aesthetic. Honestly, I didn't find their prices to be that amazing. Most of the stuff I saw I could buy for pretty much the same unit price elsewhere. And actually a lot of the stuff I could get cheaper at Aldi. Still, I did spot some bargains. So I picked up a 50 pack of crisps or chips. These are going to keep the tubs outside full all through the winter and beyond. Plus, this box of cookies, $11 for 60 packs. I got these 9 West trousers. They were $17 and I paid $15 for these Carter's fleecy pajamas for Scout because the seasons, they are a-changin'. But yeah, Sam's Club, meh. I had to queue 3 times, once to get my membership card, which took ages, once to actually pay for the stuff, and then once because they wanted to check my receipt on the way out. I don't know, stealing must be a big issue for them. And some staff member approached me while I was there and asked me if I would like to look at their hair straighteners. I think I'm good. And when I told her as much, she said that they also had a volumizer. Always know your target market. But yeah, I can't see myself going back there again. I'm really glad that I only paid half price for the membership. I don't know though, am I missing out on something? Maybe you know all of the best deals that you can get there that you can't get anywhere else. If so, speak up in the comments, Super Saver. What do you buy in Sam's Club? Or do you just go there for the free samples? While I was there, I only got a teeny tiny morsel of pizza, which is not enough to sustain a growing girl like me. Then I popped to Aldi and I got this microfiber duster. I've been looking for one of these to clean the blinds. We've got those wooden slatted ones. Scout loves the noise it makes. This was $3 and the top pops off so that I can wash it. Very handy. I also got these flour sack towels because I've heard that they are excellent dish towels. Maybe it's just me, but I have a really difficult time finding dish towels that A, actually dry things and not just push water around, and B, don't leave fluff everywhere. My kingdom for a towel that does not destroy everything in fluff. Or, you know, it was $4 for 5 of these. Then I bought 2 of these suction tubs in Aldi, and if you have been keeping an eye out for these, don't bother. They're useless. They will only stick long enough to lure you into a false sense of security. And then they will come crashing down off your wall and give you a heart attack. $7 for those, plus, you know, hundreds in hidden medical expenses. Onto Amazon then, I finally got myself an external microphone. It cost me $71. Do I sound all angelic now? I got this bag for carrying all of my cables and chargers and bits and bobs for when I'm traveling, and that was $12. And I bought some more clothes hangers for Scout. I get the thin velvet ones. It was $11 for 25 of those. And then Scout broke her arm. The stress. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to play most games with one arm? And your bad arm at that. She broke her dominant one. Or to play without moving around too much. So I brought her to Walmart to let her pick out some new toys. The reason we chose Walmart is because she watches some kid on YouTube who just brought out a toy line there. My husband hates him because he's 6 years old and he's already a multi-millionaire. But we ended up actually getting nothing from that range. Instead, she picked out a princess castle. That was only $10. Very good a value, but all plastic, unfortunately. We also got this racetrack for $15, and despite the fact that it took ages to assemble and it came with about 11 bajillion stickers, she loves it. We have had many a laugh playing it. She got this tiny little lock house for $10, which is basically just a modern version of Polly Pocket. Does anyone remember Polly Pockets? And she got another fingerling for $15. This one is sparkly and it lights up and it is just as creepy as the one she already has. And then shoes and some clothes, which came to, I think, $52. That's them. I am going to be doing a big decluttering spree on her toys very soon though. Watch out for that. That is coming next month. In total, I spent just under $700. And when you take into account, you know, gifts and kind of non-tangible things, only half that amount was spent on stuff that is actually currently taking up space in my home. This is actually my second best month this year so far for spending or saving. Of course, I didn't have any flights to pay for or events to attend, which are usually the things that eat into my finances. But hopefully I am getting a little bit better at this, and like I said, it was some of your comments that helped me see the error of my ways. If you are looking to save money, I have some of my best tips right here. Hop on over to see what they are, and until then, Cúireadh míle maith agaibh, agus feicim mé sibh go luath. Slán!